And we are live once again here on the Wolverines Sports Network. Ryan Briggs joined by RJ Miller for Game 2 of our doubleheader women's soccer action. Grove City taking on St. Vincent. A windy, damp, cold night in Grove City, but a big one in the PAC. Certainly, RJ, Grove City 7-0-1, St. Vincent 6-1-1. Obviously, a lot riding on this one in terms of home field and PAC tournament seeding.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one for the Wolverines today, Briggs. I think they've gone shutouts in the last 6 or 7 games, I believe, and hopefully it's be a challenge one tonight for both teams and be a good one to watch.
6 straight shutouts for the Wolverines. St. Vincent coming in. The Bearcats, a dynamic offensive team led by Emma Kohler, 11 goals. Jordan Kirkwood, Lexi Graham, 6 goals each. 38 goals this year. Certainly one of the stiffer tests that the Grove City defense will have faced in recent weeks.
Yeah, hopefully the defense, a lot of senior leadership can step up to the task. Like we said, the past few weeks they've been doing a great job getting bodies in front of balls, blocking shots, and Maddie Mills in the cage has been making some awesome saves for them.
Maddie Mills, the junior goalie, will, of course, get the start. She's been a big part of that shutout streak for Grove City. The PAC standings, of course, Grove City 7-0-1 at 6-1-1. St. Vincent in third, Waynesburg in the middle at 6-0-2. We will take a quick break. We'll come back with the starting lineups to get you set. Grove City and St. Vincent, PAC women's soccer here on the Wolverine Sports Network. And we're back here at Don Lyle Field. Ryan Briggs with you, along with RJ Miller. RJ, you have tonight's starting lineups.
Yeah, first we'll start for the home Wolverines. In goal, we got number 0, Maddie Mills. Defense, number 5, Megan Tischler. Number 7, Addie Waters. Number 9, Ashley Porcelli. At forward, we got a number 10, Tori Stevenson. Midfield, we got Kiara White. Forward again, number 15, Lauren Muhana. Number 16, Emily Horst. Defense, number 20, Hannah Costa. Midfield, number 21, Natalie Gunta. And at defense, number 22, Carly Keller. Over on St. Vincent, we're going to start in goal with number 99, Rylan Warner. Then going up the list, we got number 3 forward, Emily Kohler. Defense, number 5, Alexis Arliss. Defense, number 10, Emily Ambrose. Midfield, number 13, Jude Galvin. Midfield, number 14, Madison Gisaman. Forward, number 16, Addie Fisher. Defense, number 21, Corey Bieber. Forward, number 24, Jordan Kirkwood. Defense, number 25, Ava Azun. Forward, number 27, Brooke Garman. Should have rounded out for both teams there.
Starting lineups, they're brought to you, and now they're heading out to the center circle. Grove City wearing the black jerseys tonight, white numbers and letters outlined in red, black shorts with white trim. St. Vincent in the white jerseys, forest green numbers and letters, forest green trim for the Bearcats on the road tonight here at Don Lyle Field. RJ, what are a couple things that you'll be keeping an eye on tonight in this one?
Honestly, Briggs, I think the big thing is going to be a lot of young players for Grove City. They have 3 freshmen out there starting, and the game's been going as they've been playing. The past few games, they've been playing great, good passing, good spacing, getting the ball to the leading scorer, number 10, Tori Stevenson. If they can keep that going tonight, I think it'll be a good night for the Wolverines, and locked up by some good senior defensive players who can hold on the back line there.
Temperature in the low 40s, wind blowing. It is gusting, and it was in the first half of the men's game. It was truly right to left. And now it is shifted. It is blowing from what would be the far right corner, upper right corner on your viewing device, blowing towards us. So kind of blowing from about 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock, if you will. Think of a clock from that standpoint. And certainly, the rain has died down for now, but this wind certainly could affect things in terms of you start thinking about goal kicks, free kicks, etc.
Yeah, especially corners. The side close to our field on the right, corner is going to be tough. They're going to get pushed out more towards the top of the box. We're on the left-hand side of the field here. I think teams can take advantage of that wind of the corner and try to bend them in a little bit more, hopefully get some more in the back pipe and be crashing there.
We will take one last break, come back with a kickoff. Grove City and St. Vincent, PAC women's soccer action from windy and chilly Don Lyle Field on the Wolverine Sports Network. And welcome back to Don Lyle Field. Ryan Briggs, RJ Miller with you. Crew downstairs, Reed Miller, no relation to RJ, on the scoreboard. Tyler Grupak and Carson Lucas on stats. Grove City men a win earlier tonight, 4-0, and now the women looking to get to 8-0-1 in the PAC also, as have the Grove City men with their win tonight. The PAC standings, as we alluded to earlier, Grove City 7-0-1, 22 points. You get 3 for a win, 1 for a draw, just as a reminder for everybody. Waynesburg is second at 6-0-2. St. Vincent 6-1-1, 19 points. But the Bearcats, that one loss was to Waynesburg. So for St. Vincent, in terms of trying to get the number 1 seed, Bearcats need a win here tonight. And then Geneva 5-2-1, Chatham 5-3, Allegheny at 4-1-3. The Gators have 15 points, as does Chatham. Then Franciscan at 3-3-2, certainly still in the mix. W&J 2-4-2, Hiram 2-6. They are also still mathematically alive, but need to win out and get some help. Grove City will go right to left in the first half. Wearing the black jerseys for the first time, I believe, at home this year. Have they worn them on the road this year, RJ?
I believe last week they wore them for a reserve game. Other than that, this will be the first time. They wait for it to get a little bit colder because I know some of the girls like rolling up their sleeves, so they make sure it's nice and chilly for them.
Well, and it is nice and chilly tonight, certainly. There's got a temperature in the low 40s with the wind gusting, and good night to break out the long sleeves. St. Vincent also looks like just about all of the players have the long sleeves tonight. So do the officials. It's funny, the officials, they match the goalie kit for St. Vincent goalie Rylan Warner. Both the neon green, they look like they should be on a road crew somewhere with that color. Grove City's goalie Maddie Mills, she's wearing the light blue outfit tonight in goal as we get ready for this PAC clash here at Don Lyle Field. Catch you up on the PAC scoreboard as the night goes on. Other women's action, Waynesburg leads Hiram 1-0. They are at halftime there. That game is of particular importance to these two teams. Allegheny and Franciscan, a 7:30 start. And some finals already. Westminster defeats Teal 9-0. Chatham blanks Geneva 3-0. Bethany and W&J just getting underway right now. We're underway. Natalie Junta sends it downfield for Grove City. And the second to last regular season home match for Grove City underway. Grove City going right to left here. The wind more or less at Grove City's back in the first half. And Megan Tischler will have a throw in on the far side. Tischler gets it into Emily Horst, the reigning PAC newcomer of the week, but the Wolverines turn it over. Out to Caller near midfield, the junior out of Baltimore. Bearcats play it back to Alexis Arliss, one of the center backs. Near side, Kiara White getting the start. A steal for Grove City, looking for Tori Stevenson, but it's intercepted by Emily Ambrose for St. Vincent. Taken back, however, by Stevenson. The top of the box, intended for White, but dug out by St. Vincent. However, Junta keeping the pressure on for Grove City. Junta looking far side, but sent back out to Tischler. Tischler, right side, stumbles, lost possession, lost her balance, and Jordan Kirkwood will track it down for St. Vincent. We're a minute 15 into this one. Tischler with a steal along the right side. Tischler into the box looking for Lauren Mahana. Mahana battling. Cleared out by St. Vincent as Galvin gets it ahead. Now here comes St. Vincent. Galvin back over to Madison Giesemann, the senior from Governor Mifflin. Now Addie Waters has it for Grove City. Waters coming off a pretty good week last week for the Wolverines. Porcelli, one of the Wolverines center backs. She and Hannah Costa. Pretty good tandem in the back for Grove City. Waters back to the aforementioned Costa. The midfield logo. Sends it downfield, but nobody home. And now here comes St. Vincent with it. Caller. Working at left side for Ambrose. And down to the end line, it will trickle out of play, and Grove City will have a free kick upcoming, or a goal kick, courtesy of goalie Maddie Mills. Mills, 8-4-2 this year, 7 straight wins in goal. Sends it near side to Carly Keller. Now Kiara White with it. White has it taken away. Garman looking for Kirkwood, but off the mark, and back to Maddie Mills. So brief threat for St. Vincent, but it fizzles. 3 minutes gone by. No score here at Don Lyle Field. Only meeting of the regular season. Very possible these two teams could play in November in the PAC tournament. The result of this one might determine where that would be as well. Hannah Costa ahead to Tori Stevenson. Stevenson, far side to Horst. Horst can't get there, goes out of bounds, and it goes back to St. Vincent with a throw-in. Zern with a throw-in, and now back to her. Towards midfield, Costa steps in. Hear the wind gusting in the background again. It had tapered off a little bit during the men's match, but as darkness has fallen, it has returned with a vengeance. Junta on the near side will get it off to Keller, Carly Keller, the senior out of Kiski area. 4th year as a starter, left outside back. Keller swings it left side for White. White gets around the defender, blast with the right foot off the mark. Cleared out of there by Azurin. Wolverines trying to keep it in. And Horst will get there. Horst to Mohana. Mohana, right footer, and fielded on the hop by Rylan Warner. And Warner picks up the save.
That last play there, Ryan, is what we're going to see a lot of tonight. Both Carly Keller on the outside and Megan Tischler on the other side like making runs to the defensive end up. They both have offensive experience, so they like to get the ball up and make runs and hopefully get a little mismatch on the outside as we get Natalie Gunta going up.
Into the box, Junta with it. Junta into the middle of the box, shot with the right hand, and a goal for Natalie Junta. Back into the starting lineup, missed some time due to injury, and Natalie Junta gives Grove City a 1-0 lead. 3 minutes and 40 seconds into this one. 4:40 into this one, excuse me. Junta scoring the goal. For her, it's her 2nd score of the season, and a quick strike for the Wolverines.
Yeah, if you're the Wolverines, Brig, that's what you love to see, early goals, and people who don't score a lot get one early. Your players like Muhana, Horst, Stevenson, they get theirs every game. If players like Natalie get one too, that's when they start getting some higher scoring games in here.
So Junta playing more of that defensive midfield role, coming up with the goal, 1-0. Wolverines here at home off to a good start. St. Vincent, a dangerous team. Kohler, 11 goals, but she's stripped by Ashley Porcelli. Porcelli works at far side. St. Vincent back, however, for Galvin. Along the right side, trying to find Giesemann. And Costa comes up with it for Grove City. And Costa tripped up. It'll be a foul and a Grove City free kick. Of course, and if you're St. Vincent, certainly way too early to panic here. It's Bearcats, they're 12-2-1 for a reason. But there's not going to be any panic on that bench off to our left.
No, a lot of game left, and as you see on these backsides, you're going to see Grove City trusting, especially their left backs here, Hannah and Carly. They're going to trust them a lot. They're two of the older players on this team, and they're going to leave them on island a little bit and make sure they win their one-on-one matchups.
And there's no substitute for experience, is there?
No, there is not.
Mohana with it. The freshman, although she's certainly very talented, and has not played like a freshman this year, but St. Vincent has it. Kohler, junior out of Baltimore. Porcelli in her first year as a starting center back. First full year for her. Gets it off to Keller near side. Keller dribbling through traffic. Ahead to Mohana along the near side. The Wolverines into the offensive end for the speedy White, but interrupted nicely by the defender on the near side of Arliss. Kara White, of course, outstanding sprinter for the Grove City track and field team.
Yeah,
no substitute for straight line speed either, is there?
No, there's not. They're going to set a lot of go balls for her down that left side because I believe she is the fastest one in the field. Pack Newcomer of the Year, if I'm not mistaken, in track and field.
Yes, she was. Last year, standout both indoors and outdoors. And she has 6 goals this year, despite missing some time in the starting lineup tonight. Keller near side, pestered by Giesemann. And St. Vincent has it. Addie Fisher, the junior from Seneca Valley, will get it back out to Ambrose. St. Vincent will reset. 7 minutes gone by. Grove City, the early goal from Natalie Junta to open the scoring. Bearcats moving left to right, wearing the white jerseys. Don't see that too often on the road, but with Grove City wearing the black ones tonight, St. Vincent wearing its white kit. And Keller will send the throw in back to Hannah Costa. Costa ahead to White on the near side. White turns the corner. White gets interrupted by Arliss. It's out of bounds, and Keller will have the free kick on the near side. Or, excuse me, the throw-in on the near side. Into Mohana. Mohana, the freshman from Moon High School. Looking for White, but White stayed outside. The ball went inside and will go
Corner.
beyond the end line. A corner, okay, a deflection. Good catch, RJ.
I believe number 27 there, Brooke Garman, got a little foot on that. Probably would have preferred to let that one go, but we'll take it.
Corner upcoming for the Wolverines, and it's going to be Tori Stevenson. She had a hat trick in the 6-0 win Saturday at Chatham. PAC Offensive Player of the Week. Puts the right foot into this one. And it's going to go over everybody's head. Wolverines trying to keep it in the box. It'll come out, and Junta will be able to tip it over to Tischler, working far corner. Tischler with a cross into the box, and intercepted by Ambrose for St. Vincent, and the Bearcats snuff out that Grove City opportunity. Bearcats now look to counterattack with Kirkwood on the far side looking for Caller, but beaten to the spot by Ashley Porcelli. Back to Mills, and the Wolverines will bring it out on the near side now, moving right to left. Carly Keller working on Galvin. Back to Mills. Mills sends it downfield towards midfield, and Mohana tried to flick it over to White, but didn't quite catch it flush. Arliss has it for St. Vincent. Azorin trying to find Ambrose at midfield. Ambrose crashed into White. White comes out of there with it. Wolverines in a 3-on-3, but that pass went right to the defender, Corey Bieber. Costa ahead left side for Keller, streaking along the near sideline. Keller left of the box for Kiara White. White working deep in the corner, working against Arliss. White across as she was losing her balance. St. Vincent with it. White slow getting up behind the play. Mohana with it, shot left of the net, and we'll have a goal kick upcoming for St. Vincent freshman Rylan Warner out of Granville, Ohio. Watkins Memorial High School. It's down in the central part of Ohio, east of Columbus, and Kiara White needs some attention of some sort. And is it a contact lens, perhaps, or poked in the eye? Not sure, but trainer Sydney Nesbitt will minister to her down below. And yeah, it's a contact issue or an eye issue. I don't know necessarily if Kiara wears contacts, but putting a little of the solution into the right eye, and Kiara White will come back in at the next available moment.
Yeah, Grove City's going to be playing down a player here until she gets back on, so hopefully they can just take advantage of this and play some sound defense.
Because if they had subbed her out, she'd be out for the rest of the first
half. Correct.
And with 34-plus minutes to go, that's not a move you want to make unless you absolutely have to. Keller battling on the near side with Giesemann, and the Wolverines come out of there with it. Addie Waters ahead to Mohana. Looking downfield for a streaking Stevenson. Stevenson's going to get there at the edge of the box. Stevenson hesitates, crossover, shot, goal! Tori Stevenson! Tori Stevenson rifles in her 11th goal in conference play. 2-0 Grove City.
And what a goal by Grove City there. Down one player, and like I said earlier, Briggs, when Natalie Gunta's out there scoring goals, I mean, you got to watch out because Tori Stevenson's going to hit her. She's scored in most games this year. I mean, she's been awesome for the Wolverines, taking a big roll up from Emma Herman leaving last year, making up for some of those goals, and she's been putting the ball in the back of the net.
12th goal of the season overall, 11th in league play for Tori Stevenson, and it is 2-0 Grove City. Tori Stevenson, very patient, very mature play there.
Yeah, she's a two-sport athlete playing lacrosse in the spring, and you can tell that her game's improved a lot in these last 2 years. I mean, playing both. I mean, just playing different sports increases your IQ, makes you think about different things, and I think it's been helping her a ton on the field.
She, of course, was the most outstanding player in the PAC soccer tournament last year. Had a hat trick in the semifinals against Allegheny. And then, of course, in lacrosse, 2-year starter at midfielder. Now here scoring goal number 12 for the season here to give Grove City a 2-0 lead. We still have 33-plus minutes to go in the first half. Also, too, on that goal, kind of sometimes maybe a younger player might try and rush things, too, right?
Yeah, did a nice job taking a step, increasing her angle, cutting it back to the middle. The defender over-pursued a little bit, and she's able to cut it back and just get an awesome angle at a wide-open net.
White back out there, finds Stevenson on the near side. Stevenson, with the right foot, ahead for Horst. Deflected out of there by Ambrose, but back to Emily Horst. The Virginia native, PAC Newcomer of the Week, has her pass intercepted by Azurin. She's also from Virginia. Now St. Vincent looks to counter. 2-0 Grove City on top. 12.5 minutes gone by here at Don Lyle Field. Keller finds Waters. And now Tischler will send it back to Maddie Mills. Near side Keller with it. Keller is bumped and knocked to the deck by Kohler. The foul will give Grove City a free kick, and Costa quickly puts it back in play. Finds Waters, but she can't handle it. It's handled by Addie Fisher for St. Vincent. Back to the Wolverines. Horst now. Horst ahead to Stevenson. Far side finds a streaking Waters. Waters will bump it back over to Horst, and now Muhana up top. Muhana around the defender. Lauren Muhana. Right of the goal box. Cross is deflected. Ball pinballing around and cleared out by St. Vincent. It'll be a throw-in for the Wolverines on the far side, and Horst will get it in quickly, or at least endeavor to do so. Horst finds her classmate Muhana. Goes off of her right leg and beyond the end line for a St. Vincent goal kick.
Yeah, and I like that last play by Lauren there in the box. I mean, young player, like you said, but I mean, freshman could have just shot that ball low angle, but tried to cross over the middle and, like you said, got deflected. But I think that's the right read there, not trying to jam one near pipe with, you really don't have a lot of angle there. Goal kick stand down here. Going down to Kiara White, who's got some space in the box. Touch just a hair too much, goes back to the goalie.
You know, somebody like Kiara White, so fast that a defender, I mean, it's one thing, when you think about, somebody with skill and moves and all those things, but that speed is just so hard. You can do everything right, and still, if you're a half step slow, good night.
Yeah, that's, I think, her big strength is when she gets a touch around midfield first, so she can send it to herself a little bit. I think she struggles a little bit more when it's a little compact in the box, like you saw there. The touch was just a hair too much. She could have run under if a defender wasn't there, but the goalie got to it first.
Of course, and Rylan Warner, a very accomplished goalie, only a freshman, but what a rookie year she's had. 8 shutouts coming in. She came in leading the PAC in shutouts. Wolverines have scored twice against her, but both of those were more so what the offense did as opposed to what the goalie didn't do. 15 minutes gone by here. 2-0 Grove City on top. Goals by Natalie Junta and Tori Stevenson to give Grove City the early lead here at home. Grove City's in the black jerseys tonight. St. Vincent in the white. Muhana has it for Grove City. Muhana on the edge of the circle to Stevenson. Stevenson approaching the top of the box, finds White alone. Kiara White, and an offside will be called. Good save by Warner nonetheless, but Wolverines offside.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more patient there. I think when they see themselves in the space, know that one-word pass is there for a 1-0 with the goalie. They get a little eager, start creeping forward, but you really got to watch that last defender and stay on sides so you can capitalize on those opportunities. But like you said, nonetheless, great save by the goalie, even if Kiara was not offsides.
So the free kick after the offside. Bearcats at midfield, working left to right. Giesemann gets it over to Galvin. And now Kohler with it. Emma Kohler, who's had 11 goals this year, putting together a really strong campaign. Near side Kohler with it, doubled. Gets her on Costa, working towards the corner. Kohler across, and it will skip past, but then a shot with the left foot and a nice save. Fisher with the shot, and Maddie Mills. Not sure if that one was necessarily on target, but certainly perhaps the best threat tonight so far from St. Vincent.
Yeah, those are the balls breaks that make you hold your breath there. It gets through one defender, through another one on the backside. You're not sure who's going to get there first, but good job by the Wolverines to approach on the backside there. And Matty Mills, if it was going to hit that right pipe or not, we're hard to see from our angle, but good job getting our first save of the night nonetheless.
If there was going to be any drama, she made sure there wasn't. Maddie Mills, the junior out of Niskayuna, New York, electrical engineering major. Now you have an appreciation for those engineers?
I do. I have an appreciation for engineers and goalies, both near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, RJ, of course, standout goalie for the men's lacrosse team and mechanical engineering graduate, correct?
Correct. So a little bit different than Maddie, but, same building.
Costa, from about 25 yards out, puts on target, but right to the goalie, Warner. No doubt probably a few of the same courses in the different curricula. Well, she gets to save a little bit bigger ball than you had to try and stop.
Yeah, I'm not jealous. The bruises I would get versus her are a little bit different.
27:08 to go, first half, 2-0 Grove City with the lead. And Megan Tischler, the starting right outside back for Grove City, will throw it in. Muhana back to Tischler. Tischler to the midfield logo. That's where Hannah Costa, the junior from Harrisburg, is located. Junta turns, looking for Kiara White. And it's going to be deflected away, and throw-in coming up on the near side for Grove City. Throw-in by Keller. Stevenson to Mahana. Tried to go with the give and go, but broken up for a moment. Waters with it for Grove City. Just outside the box, St. Vincent trying to clear it away. And the Bearcats do as it's sent downfield by Jordan Kirkwood. Porcelli and Costa both there. Porcelli will kick it out of bounds. Far side, St. Vincent with a throw-in here at the 26-10 mark this first half. Wind has shifted again, is now back to being more or less straight right to left, as perhaps we get off to our left, you can see Old Glory. Mahana right of the box. Mahana across for White, that one a little bit behind her, and it's going to trickle out of bounds on the near side, and St. Vincent will have a throw-in.
Yeah, if you're the Wolverines, you got to feel good about all these looks we're getting. They're not connecting. St. Vincent's had some good blocks, some missed runs by Grove City, but there's been a lot of action inside on the top of St. Vincent's box, and if it continues at this pace, I would anticipate more will fall.
Back to Costa near midfield. Hannah Costa out to Porcelli. Now for Waters on the edge of the circle. Costa looking downfield for a streaking Carly Keller, but that one will trickle out of bounds near the corner, and it's going to be a throw-in as it went out on the side, not on the end. So the throw-in coming from deep in the corner, chance perhaps for Grove City to pin down St. Vincent. Throw-in from Garmin. And Arliss battling with it, gets it back to Garmin, and she'll kick it downfield. Will slice out of bounds, and Grove City has the throw-in on the near side. Carly Keller will send it in. Into Mahana. Mahana battling, and back out to Keller. Mahana on the near left side. And not sure where that one was going, but went right to the defender, Arliss, on the far, Azurin on the far side. Caller into the offensive end. Working towards the middle of the field for Gieselman. But dispossessed by Costa. Porcelli back to Mills. Mills sends it downfield, but it's going to land on the Grove City bench area and a throw-in for St. Vincent.
Yeah, and I think another thing to point out here, Ryan, is a little bit of rain earlier today. I think the turf's a little slick. Some of these balls are getting a first skid that's sending them a little bit further than I think the girls would like, and I think we got to adjust to that on both ends. I've seen both St. Vincent and Grove City get balls that would normally be a good pass, but are just getting that first skid and going another 10 yards.
Muhana fouled in the midfield circle by Arliss. The rain has subsided for now. We could get another shower as the evening goes on. Mahana with it for the Wolverines. Lauren Mahana, a strike from 25 yards out. One hopper fielded by the goalie, Rylan Warner. The Wolverine offense, of course, over the last 6 weeks or so has really come around. Early on, probably between some injuries and just figuring out the lineup, Grove City was not generating a lot of offense, but obviously maybe through a little trial and error and people getting healthy and moving around, that this offense has really clicked, especially in conference play.
Yeah, and I think this is the first year in a while they've had multiple freshmen starting at different positions on the field. And I think it just takes a little bit of time to build that chemistry and also get used to the college speed. They have so much less time than the spring sports do to get up to speed, so they really are thrown into the fire.
And they come in mid-August, and you're playing August 29th or 30th or whatever, and it's go get them. Whereas, like as you said, a spring sport where they have their non-traditional fall season kind of, it's you don't want to say ease into it, but it is a more gradual process. That is a very salient point. Addie Waters, one of those freshmen with it. Waters to Keller and head to Mahana. Mahana will swing it off for White, a little bit long and tracked down by Garmin for St. Vincent. Halfway through the first half, 2-0 Grove City on top. Keller, near wing, give and go with White, but that one, again, illustrating that wet turf. That ball just hit, and it almost looked like it gained speed.
Yeah, it gets a little bit of forward spin there and just keeps on going.
St. Vincent with the throw in. Bearcats will get another throw in as Giesemann kicked it out off of Keller's leg. Garmin the throw in along the near sideline. Poked ahead, is it going to stay in? Yes, Caller keeps it in. She's into the Grove City end, looking downfield for Kirkwood, but Megan Tischler able to get there. Kicked away by Kirkwood, and they're going to say it's St. Vincent throw, and the official right there and said Tischler the last to touch it. And the throw in coming from the near side. And right there to intercept, it's Costa. So St. Vincent unable to maintain possession. Costa streaking ahead. Costa, member of the track and field team at Grove City as well, showing that straight line speed. And here come the Wolverines. Stevenson with it. Stevenson one-on-one with the defender. Stevenson hesitates, lost it, looking to get it back, and she does. Stevenson with the defender Arliss all over her, trying to find White, sent out, but Horst will collect it for Grove City. Horst, left-hand shot, and one hopper right to Warner. Warner's been busy in this first 24-plus minutes.
She has been. I just want to point out, awesome pass there by freshman Lauren Muhana. Tori Stevenson has a yard of space there and put it just in front where only she could get it and was able to run under it to set up that whole situation for the Wolverines.
Muhana leads the team in assists this year. 6 of them this year, and as RJ noted, that pass didn't result in a goal, but resulted in a good opportunity. And Muhana, Waters, Horst, all as freshmen starting this year. Keller, she started as a freshman 3 years ago, 4-year starter, all-region performer. Gets it ahead to Junta. Junta, who opened the scoring for Grove City with her second goal of the year. Downfield for Stevenson into the right corner. Stevenson tracks it down along the end line. Stevenson one-on-one with the defender. And a corner kick upcoming for Grove City.
Yeah, another thing, though, I think with the right-to-left wind, the wind is pushing those balls toward the end line as well. The wet turf and especially this direction. For St. Vincent going the other way, it's going to be tougher for them to get balls deep in that zone. The wind's going to help it check up, but passing down this way, that ball almost stepped on rolling out of bounds another 10 yards.
Third corner of the evening for Grove City. It comes to the top of the box to Costa. Costa's strike is high. Over the goal, over the net, off of the flag display. And will be St. Vincent having a goal kick at the 19-minute mark of this first half. Coming up at the half, RJ and I will recap the first half. We'll look at the PAC scoreboard and also recap a very solid win for the Grove City men earlier tonight, 4-0. The Wolverines scoring 4 times in the second half. Addie Waters with it. Waters cut off by the defender, and St. Vincent thwarts that attack. Kirkwood far side. Jockeying with Tischler. Goes out of bounds, and the Bearcats will have a throw-in. Throw-in comes to Fisher. Taken away by Horst. That one bounces off of Ambrose. And a
Hit the official there, so
Okay.
it's going to be St. Vincent ball here.
All righty. The ball almost matches the officials' jerseys in terms of color.
Yeah, 3 refs, goalie, and the ball. I mean, it's a neon night. We just didn't know it.
It's like back to the 80s or something. 17:55 to go. Subs at the table, or well, basketball would be a table, but sometimes some places have a table down there. We have the nice press box here, the Cliff Weddick press box here at Don Lyle Field. Annie Vanoy, Emma Daly waiting to check in for Grove City. And we're going to have a stoppage, and is it a card?
Yeah,
Yes.
a yellow card.
A card has been assessed to Addie Fisher. She took down the Grove City player Waters from behind. Elizabeth Wilson, sophomore from Ringgold, also waiting for St. Vincent. But first we have a free kick that'll be taken by the Wolverines with 17:40 to go first half. And it's going to be Natalie Junta to take the free kick about 15 yards past midfield. Senior from Penfield, New York, getting ready to put the right foot into this one. And the clock will start on contact. And that one online, and it will drift left of the goal. Dangerous opportunity, and Junta, a solid strike there.
Yeah, last year against Bethany, she had a goal on the opposite side of the field from about the same spot. Took a lucky bounce and went on the top right of the net. So, put balls on net, good things happen.
Kiara White checks out, as does Addie Waters. In for the Wolverines, Emma Daly, junior from Carnes City. Emma's been a starter most of the year, but not quite 100%, so she'll come in a reserve role. Then Annie Vanoy, senior from Walterboro, Maine, will come in, and a bump on the back of Fisher, so it'll be a free kick. But Annie Vanoy, Grove City College 2025 homecoming queen. So we have a regal presence here in Miss Vanoy.
Yeah, say what you will about the women's soccer team. They're good at marketing for their players to get votes.
Annie Vanoy crowned a couple of weeks ago at homecoming over at Thornfield, and fortunately she does not have the tiara on. That would be hard to. It'd be hard to head with the that type of headgear.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to break something so valuable as a homecoming crown.
Or puncture the ball. Junta with it on the near side, working against Kohler. 16:20 to go in the half. 2-0 Grove City. St. Vincent had it, lost it. Junta finds Daly at midfield. Daly, the left foot, works it right side to Horst. Horst looking for Mohana, but nobody home. Now an opportunity for St. Vincent to get it away, but Kirkwood lost it. Tischler with a theft. Tischler crossfield, trying to find Vanoy, but right there for St. Vincent is Giesemann. Near sideline, Garmin bringing it ahead. But she lost it, and Keller quickly with a throw-in. Or is it throw-in the other way?
No, throw-in for us. The ball that got kicked out, hit off the brick wall, and came back on the field.
Okay. So, 1 is okay, 2 is too many. Horst with it at midfield. The center of the field. Horst now working to the left wing, finds Keller. Keller working towards the end line, across into the box, and scooped up by goalie Warner.
Yeah, good defense by St. Vincent there. Not fouling her, just cutting off her angle as she went. She wasn't able to get enough mass behind that pass and just kind of dribbled into the goalie. So good job by them.
Giesemann is fouled from behind. Keller crashed into her. And St. Vincent will get the free kick just shy of midfield along the near sideline. 30 minutes gone by in this first half. Glad you could tune in tonight on Wolverine Sports Network at athletics.gcc.edu, as well as the PAC Digital Network. We had a minor complication getting on there, but just had to dot a couple of I's and cross a couple of T's. Vanoy ahead to Mohana. Mohana along the near side. Lauren Mohana near the penalty area. Lost control of it, but it ends up at the feet of Tori Stevenson. Taken away by St. Vincent, cleared out nicely by Emily Ambrose. Downfield for streaking Kohler. Opportunity perhaps for St. Vincent developing. Kohler on Keller. And it's going to go beyond the end line, and a goal kick upcoming.
Wow.
Perhaps a break for the Wolverines.
Grove City call there. We'll take that.
I thought it might be a corner kick upcoming. Instead, it will be Grove City getting the goal kick. St. Vincent will send 3 subs in. Garmin out as Faith Steen, a junior from Norwin, will check in. Also, Bella Meter, a junior from Sarah Catholic, in for the first time. And also entering the fray is Kira Smith, a senior from Arlington, Texas, down in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
This might be a cold game for her what she's used to in Texas.
Although occasionally they get some bad weather down in Dallas. I think back to when I was a lad, the 1993 Thanksgiving football game, Cowboys and Dolphins in a snowstorm. Not snowing here, but it certainly feels cold enough like it could with this wind here tonight. 2-0 Grove City with the lead. A hot start for the Wolverines, so to speak. Keller back to Costa. Costa, Keller, Tischler, and Porcelli, the back 4 for Grove City. Keller battling with Ambrose, and Ambrose will get it away and get it over to Steen. Hannah Plunkard, junior forward, waiting to check in for Grove City, the junior from just down the road at Slippery Rock High School. Tischler along the right side, into the center of the field for Stevenson. Stevenson looking for Vanoy, but pass didn't have a lot of steam on it. But Costa will bring it back past the midfield circle. Stevenson, top of the box. Stevenson, cut off, battling with Ambrose. Ambrose took it away. It's a couple of number 10s going against each other. Horst swings it over to Costa. Now back to Horst. Horst looking. Keeps possession, and now we'll boot it over to Emma Daly. Tischler, service up top, and looking for Stevenson, who ends up on all 4s. Got a decent bump from Arliss from behind. They were both going for the ball. Plunkard will check in, and it's going to be Emily Horst checking out with 11:40 to go in the first half. Plunkard, 3 goals, 3 assists this year. Been a real nice source of offense. She's been a part-time starter for Grove City, but a luxury to be able to bring somebody with that kind of firepower off your bench.
Yeah, they've really been putting her in late in halves of the last few games, and just coming off the bench, she's got a great aggression and great speed, especially when she's fresh. So it's been a, like you said, good spark for the Grove City offense.
Costa will track it down for Grove City back in the defensive end. Costa harassed by Caller. 11 minutes remaining in the first half. 2-0 Grove City the lead. Tischler with it. Tischler back near the center circle and over to Porcelli. Emma Daly looking far side, looking for a streaking Plunkard. A couple of Butler Countyans there. Plunkard from Slippery Rock. And Daly went to Karnes City High School by way of East Brady. Costa near side to Keller. The right foot looking for Stevenson. A third Butler Countian out there. Keller with a header, but it's going to land out of bounds in the St. Vincent bench area, and the Bearcats will have a throw-in as we come up on the 10-minute mark here at Don Lyle Field. Meter had it, lost it, Keller took it away. Van Oy, she's intercepted, however, by Wilson. Grove City will keep it. Hannah Costa back out to Porcelli.
Yeah, refs are doing a good job letting the girls play tonight. Could have been a couple of questionable fouls both ways, but they're both going for ball, and refs let it go on.
Each team with 3 fouls tonight. Grove City the edge in shots, 8-1. I'm sure when we get the halftime stats, the possession numbers will reflect the eye test. Grove City will have a throw-in on the far side. Daly cutting towards the goal, but it was cleared out of there by the St. Vincent defender, Corey Bieber. Porcelli with it. Porcelli back near midfield. We'll swing it off to her center back partner, Hannah Costa. And I'll head to Junta. Junta near wing for Keller. Trying to get it to Plunkett, Vanoy knocked out of bounds, and Grove City will have a throw in. Keller into Vanoy. Vanoy turns the corner, working on the defender Steen. Back for Keller, but intercepted by Meter. Keller comes up with it and then sends one towards the goal off target and collected by the goalie, Rylan Warner.
Yeah, started off as a good situation for Grove City there, but St. Vincent's collapsed and it turned on a 1-on-3 with not much room for Keller to go with the ball.
Punt ahead, Kohler with it, gets it off to Fisher. Back to Mahana for Grove City. Lauren Mahana. Downfield tried to find Vanoy, but kicked out of there by Steen for St. Vincent. Ahead to Daly in the midfield logo. Daly battling with Ambrose. Ball pinballing around back and forth. Vanoy to Daly. Looking for Mahana along the near sideline. Mahana, is she going to get there? Yes, she does. And her cross is deflected out of bounds off the torso of Arliss. It will be Grove City with a corner kick. Subs for each team waiting to check in, but apparently they will be summoned later than sooner. Haley Stam, senior from Boiling Springs for St. Vincent, along with Katera Rhodes, a sophomore from Belle Verdon. For Grove City, it's Mariah Miller waiting to check in. Stevenson with the corner. That one is long, and the Wolverines will get a corner on the other side.
Yeah, Tori Stevenson with that kick. A little bit of a switch up these last few games. Have been Lauren Muhana taking the corners on both sides of the field, but it looks like they're giving Tori the right-footed kicks, and Lauren's now coming on the other side to take the left-footed ones.
This will be the fourth corner of the night for Grove City. So we're under 7 minutes to go in the first half. And will be Muhana with the left-footed delivery.
Wind helping her out here.
That one towards the top of the goal area, headed out. Can the Wolverines keep it in? Costa sent it back in. It's going to be over the goal, over the restraining net, and that might make Madison Avenue. So the subs check in. Stam and Rhodes in for St. Vincent. Ambrose checking out. She, of course, has the fiberglass mask on as well. As Zurin out for St. Vincent. On the Grove City side, Tori Stevenson will check out. Mariah Miller, the graduate student from Kidron, Ohio, in for the first time tonight. With 6:06 to go in the half, 2-0, Grove City with the lead. Wolverines with goals from Natalie Junta and Tori Stevenson taking the lead. And Junta deflects that one out of bounds, and that does not feel good. That caught the side of the knee. It stings.
On a night like tonight, not a good night to be taking those hard kicks.
Ball headed back upfield by Arliss for St. Vincent. Bearcats looking to mount something here before halftime. Near side with it, Meter, pestered by Vanoy. St. Vincent maintains possession. They swing it back to Bieber. Corey Bieber ahead, intercepted by the Wolverines. Those Tischler jumped in there with it. Junta downfield, and the only one there is Steen. St. Vincent back the other way. Steen downfield looking for Collards behind him. Trying to get there. Tischler battling. It's loose at the top of the goal box. The top of the penalty area, towards the goal box, and Mills will jump on it.
Yeah, another good example there. The refs letting him play tonight. A little bit of hand fighting both ways. I think both girls are going for the ball, and luckily when the St. Vincent player fell, the ref thought Hannah Costa was going for ball there and not for leg, and let him play on.
It looked like she kind of went down on her own more so than anything else. As you said, in that battle for the ball, and Grove City now with it back on the offensive end. Mariah Miller tried to thread the needle ahead for Daly. Intercepted by St. Vincent. 4.5 minutes to go, first half. 2-0, the Wolverine lead. Muhana able to take it away from Rhodes, the sophomore midfielder for St. Vincent. Muhana with it, looking left side, gets it over to Vanoy. Annie Vanoy approaching the 18. The left wing, Vanoy has it kicked out of there as Arliss, the center back, roaming over and sent it out. Grove City a throw in deep in the corner. Vanoy will Now handed off to Keller. So Keller will throw in not more than a couple steps up from the corner for Miller. Posting up on the goal area. Muhana's kick, that caught the St. Vincent player up high, and we're going to have a stoppage. With 3:45 to go, as that was Addie Fisher. That came up and got her, may have gotten her in the nose. The athletic trainer will come out and check on her and see how she is. I'm sure that would definitely be unnerving at any time, especially on a cold night like this. That just adds to it. But
yeah, those ones are going to sting on a night like tonight. Doesn't feel good any day, but today it's going to sting a little bit more after the fact.
Hopefully Fisher's okay. She's coming to the near side, and we'll see if the Bearcats elect to sub for the final 3:45 or. Again, hopefully she is okay. Walking off on her own. Gets a 5 from head coach Brian Butler, and now athletic trainer Sydney Nesbitt will check on her, make sure he's okay. I'm sure that make sure she's okay. I'm sure there's a series of tests and so forth to make sure that, that there's not a concussion or any type of injury of that sort. Hopefully there is not.
I believe number 9 checked in for her.
That is Ashley Smith, junior from Greensburg-Salem. And the Wolverines have it. Muhana deflected away. Miller was there. It comes to Vanoy. Shot near the near post. Diving stop made by Warner. Andy Vanoy put a charge into that one, and a diving stop made by the St. Vincent keeper.
Yeah, I think that one was probably going to go a little bit wide left, but nonetheless, great dive and great save by the keeper there.
Smith just into the game, gets it ahead to Kohler with 3:18 to go in the half. Keller working near side. It's kicked out of bounds by Rhodes. A throw in for the Wolverines. They look to get it out of their own end with a 2-0 lead, 3 minutes to go, first half. Keller ahead to Miller. More or less posting up on Smith. Trying to find Vinoy, but out of bounds at midfield. St. Vincent the throw in. We'll get another throw in as Keller knocks it away. Steen will come about 10 yards further down the field and throw it in. Keller deflects it out. Mohana battling with it. Mohana with the left foot, sending it downfield, looking for Vinoy. Here come the Wolverines, looking to add the lead here in the closing moments of the first half. Vinoy inside the 18. Kicked out of there from behind by Steen. A corner kick upcoming for Grove City.
Great play by Vanoy there. I mean, she was the only one down there for Grove City on that end. She was looking for a crosser. No one was open, so just elected to kick it off her defender and get the corner for Grove City so their whole team can get in the box.
And Junta will take the corner. Hannah Plunkard was originally heading over there, and then Natalie Junta says, I've got it. So she will take what will be a right-footed kick. Has it on the semicircle in the near corner. The corner flag is parallel to the ground due to the wind. Kick into the goal area and plucked out of the air by the goalie Warner. 1:40 to go in the half, 2-0 the Grove City lead. Warner's punt dies in the wind. Meter with it, gets it over to Steen. Steen downfield, headed out of there by Costa. And now Carly Keller battling with Smith, and Smith a little bit too handsy. Grove City gets a free kick on the foul and quickly in play. And then we'll try it again. Carly Keller was not waiting around.
No, she was not, and the ball was still moving. That's why the ref brought it back.
So Costa, the free kick. Wind got a hold of that one. It's going to go all the way to the goal box, and that's where it's picked up by Warner. We're under a minute to go in the half. 2-0 the Grove City lead. Kicked downfield by Warner. Plunkard sent it back. Bearcats with it. Kohler harassed by Porcelli. Get downfield for Meter. Meter cut off by Keller and goes out of bounds near sideline. Throw in for St. Vincent. Half minute to go first half. Chance for the Bearcats to steal one here before the intermission. Meters throw in, tipped by Costa. And Keller, her kick, her clearance attempt deflected out. And that will be the end of the first half here at Don Lyle Field. Maddie Mills will show her dribbling skills at the end of the first half. 2-0 Grove City with the lead here at home. RJ and I are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll recap the first half, look at the PAC scoreboard, and more. 2-0 the lead. Grove City leading St. Vincent. This is Grove City College Women's Soccer on the Wolverines Sports Network. We're back on the Wolverines Sports Network. Ryan Briggs, RJ Miller with you tonight here at Don Lyle Field. It is halftime, 2-0 the Grove City lead over St. Vincent in PAC women's soccer action. Wolverines getting on the board at 4:38 of the first half. Natalie Junta with the goal to make it 1-0, and then 6.5 minutes later, Tori Stevenson with her team-leading 12th score of the year, 11th in conference play. Lauren Mahana with her 7th assist of the year, and Grove City a 2-0 lead. Shots, 9-1 the edge for Grove City, 7-1 edge in shots on goal, 5-0 in corner kicks. RJ, obviously, Grove City had the upper hand in the first half, but certainly still some work to do against this very explosive St. Vincent team.
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of good looks. I think at the end of the day, I'm sure Coach Lamb's going to be telling the girls at halftime, and we got to keep capitalizing on these opportunities. Got some good crossers into the box and good free kicks with no one between you and the goalie, and we just got to be able to bury those and put them on frame.
Our score 2-0 here earlier tonight. The Grove City men, a 4-0 victory over St. Vincent. 4 goals in the second half for the Wolverines. They go to 8-0-1. Really strong. I know you got a chance to catch some of that second half. Really strong. And once the Wolverines kind of broke through, they were able to open it up against the St. Vincent team that came in at 4-1-3 in the league and is certainly going to be a factor in the PAC tournament. But the men's soccer team, 11-2-2 overall. Head coach Mike Dreves, he and his squad really playing good soccer.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just speaks to their how good of a team they are and their experience. I mean, 0-0 at halftime, easily could have got frustrated with a shot difference at halftime and not having one in the back of the net, but just kept playing their game and taking control. And like you said, once the dam broke, kind of flooded in, being a 4-0 game, getting the last one there at the end. I'm sure St. Vincent would have liked to keep that out and kept it 3-0, but still, nonetheless, a great game by the men's team and just showing how dominant they've been in the pack this year.
Taking a look elsewhere at the PAC scoreboard, other men's soccer action. 27 minutes in, and Teal leading Westminster 1-0. That match in Greenville at Alumni Stadium. And 25 minutes in, Geneva and Chatham are scoreless. Waynesburg and Hiram just about to get underway. And the finals from earlier, of course, we mentioned the 4-0 victory for the Grove City men. And it was Allegheny upsetting Franciscan 2-1. So I believe, RJ, that the Grove City men, with the win tonight and the Franciscan loss, I believe they've clinched the #1 seed.
Wow, I mean, what a turnaround for them. Franciscan winning the conference last year, and it was a tight game, but I think Franciscan controlled that most of the time. So for them to come here last week and lose, and then lose tonight, I'm sure they're feeling a little bit frustrated from last year.
So right now on the men's side of the standings, Grove City 8-0-1. That's 25 points. Franciscan 6-2-1 for 19. So if Franciscan wins its last 2 and Grove City loses the last 2, they'd both be 8-2-1 and 25 points. But Grove City has the head-to-head. So the Wolverines the men have clinched the top seed in the PAC tournament. And then Allegheny now jumping into third with that win tonight on the men's side at 5-3-1 and 16 points. St. Vincent drops to fourth with 15 at 4-2-3. Other women's action ongoing tonight. Some finals: 3-0 Chatham over Geneva, 9-0 Westminster blanks Teal. And let's see what else we can pull up on the ticker. Waynesburg blanks Hiram 2-0. Allegheny and Franciscan are scoreless. W&J has a 1-0 lead on Bethany late in the first half. And in Grove City College volleyball, they're on the road tonight, are the Wolverines at Teal. And good start for the Wolverines in that PAC North Division matchup. Grove City winning the first 2 sets, each 25-18. They're up 2-0, but still work to be done. Teal leading the third set 4-0. Of course, first one to win 3 sets wins the match. Wolverines, they need to win 1, but never easy on the road in conference play, especially up at Teal at Rissell Bigley Gymnasia. Volleyball team will be home on Saturday for their senior day. 11 a.m. start with Chatham. It'll be a tri-match in the Grove City College Arena. Grove City playing Chatham at 11. Chatham plays Messiah at 1, then Grove City Messiah is the finale of that. Scheduled for 3 o'clock. Of course, we have soccer here as well. The women's team will host W&J at 1. The men at 3:30 against W&J senior day for both of those teams as well. And then the Grove City football team home Saturday at 1 o'clock for Westminster. And, of course, you'll be able to catch all the action here at athletics.gcc.edu. We'll have the video of the volleyball and soccer. Matthew Perucker will be here with the commentary for the doubleheader Saturday. And then, of course, we'll have there'll be regional television for the football game, and we'll also have audio with Mark Means and Chris Birch on the Wolverine Sports Network starting at 12:15 with the Andrew DiDonato Show, which, of course, is always brought to you by Valvoline Express Care and Car Wash in Grove City. RJ and I are going to take our final halftime break. We'll come back with the second half. Grove City leading 2-0. We'll be back after this on the Wolverine Sports Network. And we're back on the Wolverine Sports Network along with RJ Miller, Ryan Briggs with you tonight. High atop Don Lyle Field on the top level of the Cliff Weddick press box. 2-0 Grove City with the lead. St. Vincent will have the kickoff for the third quarter. I'm thinking football. That's Well, technically it would be like the third quarter if you cut it into the fourths, but the second half.
Yeah, I think here in the second half, Wolverines are going to look to keep control of the ball and keep playing good possession game. And St. Vincent, I think they're going to have to adapt their strategy. I think they're used to sending go balls to their forwards up front, run under it. But I think the Grove City back line is just too fast for them tonight. They got to do a better job keeping possession and getting players down there, connecting more passes.
St. Vincent in the white jerseys with the green numbers and letters. Grove City black jerseys tonight. White numerals and letters outlined in red, black shorts, white and red trim for the Wolverines. Wearing the black jerseys for the first time at home this year. St. Vincent going right to left. The wind is at the Bearcats' back in this second half. It appears that both teams have their original starting 11 out there. Cross into the goal area, kicked out by Hannah Costa. Bearcats will try it again, and that one is long for St. Vincent. It's Rylan Warner in goal. Emma Kohler, Alexis Arliss, Emily Ambrose, Jude Galvin, Madison Giesemann, Addie Fisher, Corey Bieber, Jordan Kirkwood, Ava Azurin, and Brooke Garman. Grove City, Maddie Mills in goal, the back four. Ashley Porcelli and Hannah Costa, the center backs. Carly Keller, Megan Tischler on the outside. The midfielders are Addie Waters, Natalie Junta, and Emily Horst at midfield. And then up top, Tori Stevenson joined. When Stevenson has it, we'll recap who's up top with her in a minute. Stevenson crosses back into the middle of the field, and the lefty shot goes wide left, and a goal kick upcoming. Lauren Muhana is up top for the Wolverines, along with Kiara White, who left briefly late in the first half, or during the first half with a contact lens issue. She's back out there and has the ball on the far side.
Yeah, near disaster by St. Vincent from number 10, Emily Ambrose. Ball went right under her foot and dribbled right to Tori Stevenson in a lot of space. So got a lucky break initially, but then it did a good job, St. Vincent did, recovering with the defense there.
Keller in the middle of the field. Don't see her there too often, but she's been very active tonight. Azurin, the freshman from Aldie, Virginia. Tried to get it along the far side for Giesemann, but it's long, and Grove City will have a throw-in near the midfield line. And Carly Keller will handle those responsibilities.
The wind, you can hear, picking back up pretty significantly right now.
Yeah, this is as stout as the wind has been all night. Not quite a gale, but it's trending in that direction. I mean, you're on the third level of the press box. You certainly feel it, and we've seen some goal kicks and free kicks and so forth really get affected by it tonight. Throw in by Azurin, but St. Vincent unable to do much with it. Grove City now has it. Megan Tischler, the throw in for Muhana. Muhana, far corner, but nobody there.
A little miscommunication between her and Emily Horst.
Horst zigged, and Muhana thought she was going to zag. The throw in along the near sideline. Get it into Galvin, senior out of Governor Mifflin. Wolverines with a Governor Mifflin grad on the sidelines. Kirsten Musser, the junior midfielder. Azurin's pass deflected, and Emily Horst with it for Grove City. Tried to get it to Waters, but Waters caught it a bit flush. It goes out of bounds and back to St. Vincent. We have 41-10 to go in regulation. Of course, no overtime in the regular season. Wolverines hope that a tie does not come into play, certainly, but just as a reminder. But then in PAC tournament play and any other postseason play, we would have overtime, and a full overtime, not score and go home. Throw in far side to Giesemann, and it'll trickle out and back to Grove City. Carly Keller will throw it in, standing between the T and Y and Grove City across the way. Glad you could spend this Wednesday with you. Hope you're having a great Wednesday wherever you are. Busy day, busy week in Wolverine sports. A lot of home action. Wolverine men's soccer team winning earlier tonight 4-0, and thanks to Franciscan falling to Allegheny 2-1, the Wolverine men have clinched the #1 seed in the PAC tournament. So they will have home field throughout. Far side Giesemann went down and now is up to her feet, but the athletic trainer will be summoned to check on her. With 40 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the second half. Giesemann down in a crouch trying to collect herself.
Yeah, ball just took a ricochet there, hit her in the face, like we said. Cold night, those are going to sting. Hopefully she's not bleeding.
Fisher was on the end of one of those for St. Vincent late in the first half also. And Giesemann is going to make a lengthy trip over to the near sideline. And we'll see a substitute coming in for St. Vincent. It looks like it may be Giovanna Ferrar. No? Might be. There are a couple people milling around down there for St. Vincent, so we'll see who comes in for Giesemann, who was, has her hands against either side of her head, and hopefully she is okay. Kira Smith will check in. We saw her in the first half, the senior from Arlington, Texas. Certainly would be a big loss for St. Vincent. Giesemann, senior forward. Bearcats will have it far side, and we resume action 5 minutes into the second half. Costa shielding off the defender, and the ball bounces to Maddie Mills, and here come the Wolverines on the counterattack. Over to Tischler left side, or excuse me, that was Kiara White coming back.
Maddie Mills electing to put that ball down and kick it. I'm assuming because the heavy wind in her face, the punts are not going to go too far tonight.
Keller far side for streaking Kiara White. White on the edge of the penalty area. As her cross deflected, comes back to her second try, cleared out by St. Vincent. Wolverines will have a throw on the far side, about 20 yards up from the corner flag, which is twisting in the wind. Throw in. And it's cleared out again by St. Vincent. Junta has it for Grove City, back near the center circle. Tries to find Porcelli, instead Megan Tischler with it. Sends a left-footed pass to Junta. Junta around the defender. And here come the Wolverines. Stevenson with it. Stevenson cancelled out by Bieber, but comes near side to Addie Waters.
Yeah, Tori looking for the give and go with Natty, making a good run there, but unfortunately the defender took a good step.
Horst around the defender. Horst, top of the box. Horst back out. Junta, a blast from 30 yards blocked. Cleared out by Fisher for St. Vincent. Downfield, it will trickle out of bounds, just shy of midfield. A throw-in upcoming. And Tischler will handle the throw-in for Grove City. Tischler into Stevenson. 2-0 Grove City the lead. Junta and Stevenson first half goals for Grove City. Lauren Muhana with an assist on the Stevenson score. Her team leading 7th assist of the year. I know in hockey they call assists apples. Do they call them that in soccer? Or maybe we can start a trend, RJ.
I've never heard the term, but I'm all right with it.
Okay.
No one's here to stop us. How's that?
That's right, yeah. Throw in far side, headed out, and St. Vincent tries it again. Keller at 5'8", able to head it back towards the center of the field. Fisher for St. Vincent, pops that one up in the air. Looking for Galvin. Galvin surrounded by 3 Wolverines. Galvin gets out of trouble. Gets it off to Ambrose. The foul will be called on the Wolverines, and St. Vincent will have a free kick just shy of midfield. remained dry here in this one. It showered throughout much of the men's match tonight. Free kick headed, and Maddie Mills collects it for Grove City, quickly throws it out to her left side. Again, like you said, RJ, is a steal by Fisher for St. Vincent. Bearcats gaining some momentum, but Mills comes up with it again, and see what Mills elects to do here. She's just going to stick with the throw and instead trying to kick into that wind. Horst nudges it near side, but Fisher, the interception for St. Vincent. Azurin, near side for St. Vincent. Bearcats get it back into the middle of the field for Arliss, the center back. Tried to find Ambrose, who can't handle it. Waters has it for Grove City. Now perhaps a chance, but it's thwarted by Bieber for the Bearcats. But it certainly seems like the momentum has shifted a little bit towards St. Vincent's side.
Yeah, they've had a lot more possession early in this second half than they did in the whole first half. I think it might be even in the whole possession they had in the first half. So kudos to them for coming out of halftime more composed and with a good game plan.
Certainly a lot of time left, 35-plus minutes. And as we said, St. Vincent certainly a very potent offensive team. Stevenson cross into the box, sent out by Bieber. Wolverines will have a throw-in from Tischler. Grove City, 6 straight shutouts, looking for a 7th consecutive clean sheet. Leading 2-0. Kiara White has it. White to Stevenson. Stevenson to Mahana on the edge of the box. Lefty shot. I don't know if it was a shot or a pass, as she had a teammate that was White streaking to the goal, but Warner right there to intercept it.
Yeah, I think she was just trying to put that in the box to Kiara White, but I learned from my good friend and assistant coach Eli Ribby of the men's team, you got to present when you're in the box and give them a target to pass to.
Eli Ribby, now what how long has he been here now? 3 years, 4 years?
I think it's his 4th year.
It'll be 4th year, so.
Looking to win that elusive PAC championship, as the men have a very good team this year.
They were winners earlier tonight. Eli, he is wise beyond his years. There's no doubt about that. You figured that out after you talked to him for about 2 minutes. 34.5 minutes to go, second half. St. Vincent with the ball, and now knocked away. Waters gets it over to Mahana for Grove City. Mahana working on the defender. Tried to leave for the trailer, but nobody there. And taken out of there by Bieber.
Grove City looking for a foul there on Lauren Muhana, but did not get it.
Bieber with an aggressive defensive play to short-circuit that effort for Grove City. Now back the other way. Fisher with it. Fisher. Left foot, strike into the box. Headed out by the Wolverines. Headed out by Porcelli.
Something to take a note of here. Lauren Muhana coming up a little gimpy on that right leg, it looks like, so hopefully she's all right and can continue to play.
And Grove City will have a throw-in on the far side. You mentioned she's favoring that leg a little bit and not 100% at this point. Junta, the defensive end for Grove City. Back to Tischler, and now Ashley Porcelli with it. Grove City working at St. Vincent, cranking up the offensive pressure. Nearly a turnover for Grove City. In fact, it is a turnover, as it is taken out of there by Galvin, but her pass deflected. And it'll be a handball on Addie Waters. She more or less almost caught it inadvertently.
Yeah, right before that, too, took the brunt of the shot there, which is a pretty hard pass. It looked like hit her right in the stomach, so glad to see she's okay.
She got the double whammy. She got one right in the breadbasket and then called for the handball, and it gives Bieber a free kick. Bieber puts the left foot into this one, a line drive to the top of the box. Wolverines trying to clear it out. St. Vincent keeps it in momentarily. Off of Waters. Waters trying to get there, cannot get there. Kept in by Azurin. But now back out, and Mahana with it for Grove City. A counterattack perhaps brewing for Grove City. Tischler with it. Tischler at midfield. Downfield for streaking Horst. Can she get there? Yes, she does. Horst into the near corner. Horst across back in the middle of the field. And the shot high from Kiara White. Pretty good look, but goes over the net. And Very nice counterattack. You can just kind of see that one developing. We had a great view of that from up here.
Yeah, and great pass down to Emily in the corner. I think they're all expecting her to go left with that ball to Kiara. She goes to the right side, and then Emily gets under that and sends a great ball to the backside, and Kiara be able to get a clean foot on that. Unfortunately, it was just a little bit too high.
Muhana will check out, and Annie Vanoy in for the Wolverines. We saw quite a bit of Annie in the first half. The goal kick from St. Vincent. Fisher for St. Vincent, back to Bieber. Sends it to midfield. Megan Tischler gets the right foot on it. Ambrose sends it out of play, and Grove City a throw-in near midfield. And Megan Tischler was about 10 yards past midfield. Now she's sent back about 15 yards in reverse. Thrown on the near side. Wolverines get it in the middle of the field, but St. Vincent there to take away possession. Arliss with it. Off to Fisher. 14 minutes elapsed in the second half. Grove City with the 2-0 lead and possession. White left side, battling with the defender along the sideline. That was Garman.
Foul, I believe Kiara White got.
And it will be Bieber to take the free kick just shy of midfield, far sideline for St. Vincent.
And I know we mentioned it before, but St. Vincent, I don't know if Grove City's being a little more conservative with the 2-0 lead, but St. Vincent's had a lot more control of this ball in the second half than they did in the first.
And the rain has returned. Tischler will clear it out. St. Vincent will have another throw in. Perhaps see the rain coming down in the light standards here at Don Lyle Field. It is not coming straight down. It's coming down at probably about a 40-degree angle with that wind. 15 minutes into the second half, and St. Vincent will send Faith Steen back into the game. Steen saw action in the first half, and she'll come back out there here a third of the way through the second half.
St. Vincent keeping about 7 or 8 of their girls loose right now. It's a tough game to be standing around for 30 minutes and get subbed in late, so I think they're trying to make sure their players are staying moving while they're standing there on the sidelines.
Waters with a header for Grove City, looking for Horst, and gets it back to Waters. And now ahead to Vanoy. Wolverines on the counter. Ahead to Stevenson, cleared out by Bieber for St. Vincent. Junta tracks it down for the Wolverines. Nudges it over to Keller. Now left sideline, Kiara White. White in the middle of the field. Back to Keller. Keller left of the box. Has her cross deflected. Second one deflected again, and it'll be a Grove City corner kick far side.
Yeah, like we talked about before, the wind is going the not helping direction for the Grove City corner here. It's going to be pushing that ball out towards the top of the box more so than the first half where it's pushing it into the net. So Grove City's got to do a good job which direction they kick this as to not just leave it out into the open.
Sixth corner of the night for Grove City. And that one's going to skip across the crossbar, come near side to Tischler, stays in play, and then trickles out of bounds. And it will be Bearcat possession. Wilson back in, Elizabeth Wilson in, and Galvin exits for the Bearcats at 28-24 of the second half. 6 corners for Grove City. St. Vincent still in search of its first corner. 12-1 the edge and shots for Grove City. Addie Waters battling with it, deflected away. Tischler for Grove City. Bearcats tried to clear it, but Arliss whiffed on that one. Wolverines have it. Vanoy along the right sideline. Vanoy working towards the corner. Vanoy battling deep in the corner with Steen. And it's out of bounds. And it will be St. Vincent with the throw-in deep in the corner. Good news from Greenville tonight, RJ. The Grove City volleyball team, a sweep of Teal. 25-18, 25-18, 26-24. Wolverines were down 10-5 in the third set. They come from behind a 3-0 win. Huge win on the road tonight for them. Winning on the road is so tough in conference play no matter what sport, what level.
We talked about it before. I think that makes 9 of the last 11 of that matchup. The road opponent has won.
It's funny how sports work sometimes. It's that those two teams shot by
Keller.
Grove City. Carly Keller looking to get into the scoring column. Hit it well, but right into the hands of Warner, the goalie. That's what makes sports so fun. If we knew what was going to happen, what fun would it be? Throw in near side for Horst. Horst able to get it to Tori Stevenson. Vinoy flicks it with the right foot. Ball in the middle of the field, and then kicked over far side by Fisher. St. Vincent moving right to left here. Smith lost it, collected by Grove City. Junta with it. Grove City will host W&J Saturday at Waynesburg next Wednesday. White gets it to the top of the goal area, but tipped out by St. Vincent.
Yeah, that Waynesburg game next Wednesday is shaping up to be a good one. It looks like it's going to be for first place if this game continues on the pace it's on right now. I think Grove City has a slight edge, as if they tie that game, Grove City still gets first place. But Waynesburg with a win can clinch it, I believe, if everything goes as it should this week.
Yeah, depending on how things would go Saturday, but in all likelihood, no matter what, that game's going to have a lot of bearing on tournament seeding and buys and so forth, and very well could be for the number one seeds. Waynesburg 6-0-2, Grove City 7-0-1 going into the night. But as you said, let's say if both teams win tonight, win Saturday, then Grove City would only need a tie, whereas Waynesburg would need a win. But still work to do tonight for the Wolverines. 25 minutes to go, leading 2-0. St. Vincent, an opportunity. Can Costa get there? She does. She's able to beat Smith, the forward streaking downfield. Costa clears it over to Keller. But certainly St. Vincent has had the upper hand in the second half.
I would agree, but that stout Grove City back line is doing a great job keeping the balls out. Their midfield for St. Vincent has had a lot more control, but the Grove City back line just been too good on their forwards to keep it out of the box.
Chance for the Wolverines, though. The turnover, Kiara White left side with it. White towards the corner, left of the box. White, the entry cleared out by Bieber. Horst collects it for Grove City. Horst hesitates. Send it back into the penalty area, looking for White. St. Vincent with it. Now a throw in for the Bearcats on the far side. Of course, PAC finals tonight in women's soccer 3-0. Chatham over Geneva. Westminster 9-0 over Teal. See if we can get you a few other in-progress scores. Franciscan leading Allegheny 1-0 at the half. W&J 2-0 over Bethany. They are 10 minutes into the second half at Alexandra Stadium in Washington. And Waynesburg was a 2-0 winner tonight over Hiram. So Waynesburg now 7-0-2 in the league. That's 23 points. And for the moment, the Jackets are ahead of Grove City, which has 22 points. But the win here would put Grove City back into first. St. Vincent will send Haley Stam back in. And it's Garmin checking out for the Bearcats.
And Grove City has had another really good look cross into Tori Stevenson in the inside, which I think has been the story of the night, of getting good crosses but just not being able to get solid foots on the ball to send it in, and another one just trickles through and out of bounds.
Natalie Junta returns, or she'll check out, and Mariah Miller in for the Wolverines.
Mariah Miller with her first goal of the year, I believe, on Saturday at a 6-0 win against Chatham.
Yeah, Mariah Miller, who's done a little bit of starting, has been a key sub throughout the last 2 years for the Wolverines, getting in the scoring column. That 6-0 win Saturday at Chatham. Tori Stevenson with her first regular season hat trick, second of her career. Here come the Wolverines. Keller, left side. Keller angling towards the goal, into the middle of the field, looking for Stevenson. Deflected away by St. Vincent, but Horst will keep it in. Horst dribbling in. Emily Horst around the defender. Gets past Bieber. Shot
I believe a cross was intended for Kiara White there.
Yeah, good catch, RJ. And then another try, that time by Keller, right to the goalie Warner. And it remains a 2-goal game with 22 minutes to go in the second half. Warner with a punt downfield. Grabbed by Kohler. Wolverines been able to keep Kohler quiet tonight. 11 goals in the season coming in. Certainly one of the top scoring threats in the PAC, but Wolverines have kept a lid on her and this potent St. Vincent offense.
Yeah, I think there's only been one other game this year that the St. Vincent's been held scoreless. Clearly another 21 minutes left to go here, but St. Vincent, who's averaging, I think, 2.5 goals a game, this is definitely not something that you're used to showing up empty.
Wolverines have been getting it done on defense. 6 straight shutouts coming into tonight. Horst ahead for White. White takes it away from the defender. Kiara White, lefty shot off the crossbar.
Missed
back
by,
to White, second try. Blocked out, and St. Vincent dodges a bullet.
Yeah, tough one there for Addie Waters. Ball took a weird bounce off that crossbar, and she was able there to put it back, but just spun to the left, and I don't think she was anticipating that.
Say it's a game of inches.
Yeah.
If it hits probably like 3/4 of an inch further down, it's in. But it did not. It remains 2-0. White exits. Hannah Plunkard back in for Grove City. St. Vincent will send Bella Meter back into the game. And Smith checks out. Shot total now 17-1 in Grove City's favor.
Yeah, great shot by Kiara White on that last drive. As she was in a spot she's not normally in. Normally you see her on the outside with her speed crossing those balls across the middle. That time she found herself in the middle with an acre of space and, like you said, 3/4 of an inch from being a bar down goal.
Sometimes that the frame can be a goalie's best friend, though, right?
The neon's attracting them to her. They're seeing that neon, her and the refs.
That's true. 20 minutes to go, along with R.J. Miller. Ryan Briggs with you tonight. We have Russell Miller on the camera doing exemplary work. Reed Miller, no relations downstairs, doing the scoreboard. And Grove City will have a throw in on the near side. Tischler to toss it in. Finds Stevenson. Stevenson working against Elizabeth Wilson. That's out of bounds off the Wolverines. St. Vincent with a throw in forthcoming, and Haley Stam out of Boiling Springs. Nope, she will not throw it in. It's going to be Meter instead. Meter's throw in. Kicked away by the Wolverines, and another throw in for St. Vincent.
No, I think she might have touched that one before it went out there.
Okay,
Grove City,
Grove City on the throw.
Oh, and they changed their mind again.
Okay. We can see why we were both confused. So it will be St. Vincent throwing it in, and it's going to be Meter once again. Kohler across the goal mouth, goes far side, and cleared out by Keller. Looking for Jordan Kirkwood, who had flashed open for a moment, but St. Vincent cannot convert.
Yeah, if you're St. Vincent, that's a tough one there. Your best look of the game, and Maddie Mills missed that diving cross, and could have just been a one-tapper in, but missed it. So that's got to be a little bit of a heartbreaker to miss your best opportunity of the game there.
So each team's had an opportunity in recent minutes that went unconverted. Wolverines hitting the crossbar, and that one for St. Vincent. Mariah Miller looking ahead for Plunkard, nobody home, and collected by Warner. Grove City will close the regular season home schedule Saturday against W&J. Senior Day, 11 seniors will be recognized prior to the 1 o'clock kickoff. Then at least one PAC tournament match at home for sure. Maybe multiple ones. We'll know more. We'll know for sure a week from tonight. We may have some more clarity either at the end of tonight or certainly after Saturday's matches.
Yeah, that bye getting that first and second seed so important in that PAC soccer tournament. I mean, it's been a long season for all the girls, for all the teams, and to get that extra 3 days of rest, I think you see in the second round makes a big difference.
You get that, and you get to play at home. You don't have to get on a bus. And granted, the travel in the PAC is not bad. There's no extensive trips.
Yeah, until next year's St. Francis, I think the furthest teams are probably hour and a half, 2 hours away, so not too bad.
And St. Francis still will not be. I mean, especially for a St. Vincent, a Chatham, and so forth. I mean, it's St. Francis will be closer than say Grove City, Teal, Westminster. So, and even for Grove City going down there, I think it's about 2 hours 25 minutes, which is not a bad trip at all.
No, it'll probably be Hiram to St. Francis is the trip that no one wants to make.
Yeah. There are some conferences where the short trip is 3.5 hours.
Going back to the Thomas More days when they used to be in the PAC.
Yes, that was. Those were some long trips down to the Cincinnati area. St. Vincent will bring Rhodes back in, replacing Ambrose in the midfield spot. 16 minutes to go, 2-0. We're seeing so many great things about the PAC, and certainly the geography. One of them, the fact where, teams are all so close. And, of course, with Allegheny and Hiram coming back in recent years. Yeah, Hiram this year, first full year in, a little bit over an hour from Grove City. Allegheny, about a 40-minute ride up Interstate 79 to the Tool City. Kohler, right side of the box with it. Gets it back over to Steen in the right corner. Steen looking for Kohler. It was deflected. Waters trying to clear it. And she got a inadvertent shoulder right in the torso from Kohler, who was looking to get to the ball.
Yeah, I think the St. Vincent girls were a little upset about that last goal. They thought it should have been a corner. Refs awarded Grove City a goal kick, and on the almost immediate turnover, I think they had a little frustration there still.
Lauren Mahana waiting to return for Grove City. Kirsten Musser waiting to check in for the first time tonight. They're down at midfield below us. Tischler with it for the Wolverines. Megan Tischler bringing it ahead. Tischler threading the needle, finds Stevenson. Stevenson back to Tischler, and the shot deflected and grabbed by the goalie Warner. Megan Tischler, who's played some forward this year, showing she's quite comfortable up top.
Yeah, it was some recent injuries. They had to move her back to outside back, but she's been doing great on the offensive end. Got the explosive first touch, and has been a great job initiating offense, and some great ball movement there between her and Tori Stevenson.
A nice job by Warner to prevent what would have been Grove City's third goal. Down to 14:09 to go, and trying to find the streaking meter, but Maddie Mills there to intercept it for Grove City.
Yeah, we said it before, but these last 5 minutes have been more St. Vincent in Grove City's box than the entire first half. So they are definitely playing with a little more fire and a little more intensity.
Plunkard mishandles it, but St. Vincent trying to find the attacking player. That was Kohler, and Maddie Mills there to come up with it. Waters from her defensive midfield spot, being bothered by Smith. Back to Hannah Costa, Wolverine center back in her second year of the program out of Harrisburg Christian. Porcelli trying to get it ahead, but it's intercepted by Haley Stam. Grove City takes it right back. Horst ahead to Stevenson. Tori Stevenson, her 12th goal of the season back in the first half.
Yeah, looking for Mariah Miller there across the middle. I think if she just would have seen the outside, Annie gave it to her. They made a long run to the sideline with no one covering her, but it was just tough for Tori to see with her back to that side of the field.
It looks a lot easier up here, doesn't it?
It does. When you're up here, you didn't see her right behind you.
Yeah,
what were you doing?
That's right. You see everything here. Great view here at the top of the press box at Don Lyle Field. This beautiful facility. Plunkard, left side. Plunkard, the edge of the box. And it's deflected out of bounds. And a corner kick upcoming for Grove City. Mohana will return, and Kirsten Musser in for the first time tonight. Waters out, and somebody else has to come out for the Wolverines.
Stevenson, who was all the way on the far side.
Okay. Plunkard this time will take the corners. Tori Stevenson checks out with 12:27 to go. Tori had to come about 75 yards to the near side.
Great ball there by Hannah Plunkard, but the ref did not blow the play back, so redoing that.
Can she duplicate that? We'll see. Hannah Plunkard, corner kick, far side with it. Puts the right foot into it. And it's off the top of the head of Mariah Miller. It'll be a goal kick for St. Vincent. Another pretty good ball there from Plunkard.
Yeah, really good. It was a dime curving into that back post, and Mariah Miller, not the tallest one on the team, so I think if somebody else who a little more height was there, might have been able to go in, but nonetheless, a great opportunity.
Goal kick comes out towards midfield. Giesemann with it. Downfield for streaking Kohler. Can Mills get there? She does. Mills sends a worm burner back up to Mariah Miller, and here come the Wolverines on the counterattack. Tischler finds Mohana. Mohana at midfield. This handled by St. Vincent right to Horst. Horst for Annie Van Oy along the right sideline. Back in the center of the field, Horst with it. 11:30 to go. Horst's entry knocked out of there, but Wolverines keep it. Mariah Miller working at left side, and I think she was looking for Plunkard. Can Plunkard get there? Yes, she does. Keeps it in play along the far sideline. Plunkard into the box and taken out of there by St. Vincent's Alexis Arliss, the sophomore defender from Fair Lawn, New Jersey.
Bad number situation from Grove City coming up here. Great hustle by Lauren Mohana to get back and stop that.
Mohana able to take it away from Rhodes, and as RJ said, Bearcats had numbers. Now Grove City perhaps with numbers. Horst with it. Near side to Musser. And it goes out of bounds in front of the Grove City bench. St. Vincent with a throw in. Bearcats will bring Smith back in. Giesemann out. Kiara White returns for Van Oy on the Grove City side. With 10:40 to go in the second half, 2-0 Grove City the lead. That was our halftime score. Natalie Ginta scored at 4:38. Tori Stevenson scored at 11:03. W&J still up 2-0 on Bethany. Franciscan leading Allegheny 1-0.
Ooh, that's going to be a foul right there.
Tischler colliding with Haley Stam, and they'll get Stam for the foul, and the Wolverines will have a free kick. And Hannah Costa will line up for this free kick with 10 minutes to go in the second half.
Coach Maggie Miller yelling to her team right there, trying to get someone on the back pipe. Wasn't happy with their spacing there.
Costa getting ready for the free kick. About 35 yards out. See if she takes a crack at the goal or if it's a set play. Sending it towards the goal, and Warner flies in to make the play.
Yeah, good ball there, just a little bit outside of Emily Horst's reach, it looked like.
Costa had it for a moment, lost it, but Wolverines keep it. Sent downfield by Keller. White battling, White near the goal area, and it'll trickle away from her. She was double teamed down there. Good job by Bieber defensively for the Bearcats, along with the other center back, Arliss. And White's effort negated. Remains 2-0, 9 minutes to go.
Yeah, that last play in the common string of the ref letting the girls play tonight, doing a good job of not calling ticky-tacky fouls and unless someone really deserves it.
Costa went down a bit awkwardly with Porcelli there to come up with it for the Wolverines. Keller with the right foot, downfield along the left sideline. Wolverines with it. Hannah Plunkard back in the middle of the field, finds Musser. Over to Mohana. Mohana ahead to Tischler. Tischler tracking it down along the end line. Tischler on the edge of the box. Lefty cross. Cleared out, but the Wolverines will have a throw-in deep in the offensive end.
Yeah, Grove City doing a good job these last 5 minutes, regaining the possession difference they had in the first half. Slowing it down a little bit, just connecting passes instead of trying to take these long shots in the corners.
White working against Stam in the corner, and that pass ends up on top of the net. Out of play, and the Bearcats will have a goal kick. Jude Galvin returning for St. Vincent. So we have, I believe we have all three Governor Mifflin players out there now. Galvin and Giesemann for St. Vincent and Kirsten Musser for Grove City. Out in the Reading area. That would be Berks County, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Ball downfield, and Maddie Mills on the edge of the 18 scoops it up. And now she'll look to put it back in play as we come up on the 7-minute mark.
First punt of the night for her on this side of the field as the wind's dying down a little bit. You can still hear it get some big gusts as it gets right now, but not as consistent as it was.
Emily Horst left side. Horst harassed by Arliss. Horst attacking the goal in the middle of the field for White, and Kiara White puts it in. Kiara White did not give up on the play, pokes it in with her right foot. Goal number 7 this year for Kiara White, and Grove City has a 3-0 lead with 6:55 to go.
Yeah, and what an effort there by, first off, Emily Horst getting down the sideline, a little rocker move on the outside to get the defender behind her, crosses it back in the middle, and Kiara White questionably got fouled there, but got tripped up. Ref's going to let him play, and she did a good job not trying to call the foul or draw the foul, but just get up and keep playing and put the ball in the back of the net.
7th goal of the season for White. And Emily Horst, of course, PAC Newcomer of the Week. She had 2 assists Saturday at Chatham. She chalks up another helper. And it's 3-0 Grove City with 6:40 to go in this one.
St. Vincent was caught us on our heels there immediately after that goal. They had a little bit of an unmarked girl on the backside there. Grove City did a good job getting back in the box and getting a body to her.
Horst with her 5th assist of the season. She's second on the team to Mahana, who has 7. So the freshman assisting White, who White is the only active sophomore on the roster, with Marina Hahn sidelined. White, who got the start tonight, may have helped finish off things for the Wolverines. 3-0 with 6 minutes to go. Mahana with it. But she'll be called for the foul and goes back to St. Vincent. So it's been a pretty good night for Wolverine sports. Men's soccer team winning 4-0 earlier tonight over St. Vincent. 4 goals in the second half. And coupled with Franciscan's loss to Allegheny, Grove City clinching the #1 seed in the men's soccer tournament. Still with 2 rounds of games yet to play. So Grove City's men will have home field throughout the PAC tournament. And then women's volleyball team in Greenville tonight. A sweep of Teal. Teal, which defeated Grove City in 4 sets in the Grove City College Arena a few weeks back. Wolverines turning the tables to get that win. They're now 6-5 in the PAC.
St. Vincent with their first corner of the night, I believe.
Yes, first corner of the night for the Bearcats. The player taking the corner on the far side, battling with the corner flag. Service up top. Wolverines trying to get it out of there. St. Vincent keeping it in on the near side. Kohler with it. Kohler's pass deflected and cleared out nicely by Mariah Miller. Back to midfield. Bearcats send it in. Mahana sends it away. Mahana near side. This one's going to bounce into the Grove City bench area, and a throw-in for St. Vincent. Stam to take the throw-in with 4.5 minutes to go in the match.
Yeah, Mahana just wanted to clear that one, get everyone back into their spots, and get better spacing there as they were all collapsed in the box after that corner.
Musser has it after the St. Vincent throw-in. Ball deflected away. Smith working on Costa of Grove City. Costa pokes it away. Now Kirsten Musser ahead to Horst. Threading the needle downfield for Kiara White. White right of the box. White keeps the play going. White sends a grounder right to the near post, and it's saved by Rylan Warner.
Yeah, not too many options there for Kiara. St. Vincent had 6 girls in the box to Grove City's 3, so she got herself down there. She had really no option but to try to sneak that one near pipe, and the goalie did a good job taking that away.
10th save of the night for Rylan Warner. She's had a really good freshman season. Has done a good job tonight. Been under duress at times. Horst, top of the box with it. Horst looking for Keller. And it will be a throw-in for the Bearcats. .308 to go. Thanks to our crew downstairs, Tyler Grupak, Carson Lucas, Reed Miller. Along with RJ Miller, I'm Ryan Briggs tonight here at Don Lyle Field. Mohana with it, top of the box.
Yeah, now with about 2:45 left in the game, Grove City up 3-0. I think they're going to be a little bit more patient. Trying to burn a little bit more clock and not be as aggressive.
Musser, the give and go to White. Musser deflected off of her and collected by goalie Warner. Punt downfield, Mariah Miller sends it back into the offensive end for Grove City. Mohana has it. Mohana approaching the top of the 18. Knocked away by Arliss. Now back to Stam. The left outside back position. Her clearance goes out of play, and Grove City has it on the near side. Under 2 minutes to go. Horst with it. Off to Tischler. Tischler into the middle of the field.
When not helping her with that pass there, pushing that about 5 yards to the left.
Smith with it for St. Vincent. Ahead to Addie Fisher. Fisher working on Costa and goes out of bounds. Costa sent it off of Fisher, and Grove City has it. So we come up on the 1 minute mark. Grove City's going to go to 9-4-2 overall. 8-0-1 in the league. St. Vincent will be 12-3-1 overall, 6-2-1 in conference play. A foul on Grove City. Bieber will have the free kick. A couple of steps past midfield.
Good job by Mills coming out of the cage there and not letting St. Vincent get ahead on that ball.
Maddie Mills tracking it down, closing in on another W for her, her first year as the starter.
I believe this will be 7 shutouts in a row if the last 45 seconds here go as planned. Testament to both her as a goalie and Grove City's, like I said, stout back line, as I've mentioned multiple times tonight.
Yeah, Grove City now 640 minutes without allowing a goal. 25 seconds away from another clean sheet. Now to 15 seconds to go. St. Vincent will have one more throw in far side. Time counting down in the background, and that'll do it. It's a Wolverine winner here at Don Lyle Field. The Wolverines undefeated in PAC play. Your final 3-0. We'll take a quick break and wrap up things. A happy recap. Grove City defeats St. Vincent 3-0 on the Wolverine Sports Network. And we're back here one final time from Don Lyle Field, along with RJ Miller. Ryan Briggs with you tonight. 3-0. The Grove City women's soccer team defeating St. Vincent tonight. The scoring recap, Natalie Junta getting Grove City on the board, 4:38 of the first half. Her second goal of the year. And RJ, her getting that goal, again, she plays more of a defensive midfield position. It just seemed like she got that, and that really kick-started this Wolverine team tonight.
Yeah, like I said, Grove City has a great offensive players up front. Tori Stevenson, Lauren Muhana, Emily Horace, consistently getting goals game after game. So when a player like Natty comes up there and gets one early, it just backbreaker for the other team because the other stout offensive players are going to get theirs. So for someone who doesn't normally score a lot to get one is just another tally on the board.
Grove City added to the lead at 11:03 as Tori Stevenson scored her team-leading 12th goal of the season, 11th goal in conference play. Lauren Mohana with assist at number 7, and Grove City had a 2-0 lead. It remained at 2-0 until the final 7 minutes at 83:05. Kiara White with her 7th goal of the season. Emily Horst the assist. And Grove City had a 3-0 lead. That was the final 3-0. The shot totals tonight, 21-1 in Grove City's favor, 13 shots on goal, 1 shot on goal for St. Vincent. Maddie Mills picks up the shutout victory, making 1 save. The Grove City defense, you're able to hold a team, to 1 shot. And a potent offensive team like St. Vincent really says a lot of work, not just for the goalie, but the back four, the midfielders. Really, defense, a total team effort tonight.
Yeah, like I said, they did a great job, and I think they were trying to force St. Vincent to play ways they're not normally playing in the first half. They're trying to send a lot of go balls in the corner, and just the speed Grove City has on the outside, St. Vincent wasn't able to catch up.
7 corners tonight for Grove City, 1 for St. Vincent. The only offside was on Grove City. Wolverines win it tonight 3-0. RJ, we always talked about we need to do a game. Well, we got to do a game. This was a lot of fun. I hope we get to do it again soon.
Yeah, it was a great time. Beautiful night in Grove City. Couldn't ask for anything else.
Well, every day's a beautiful day in Grove City. Just some are more beautiful than others. But RJ, thank you for your help. Russ Miller, your dad, doing the camera tonight. So thanks to him as well. Our crew down below, Tyler Grupak, Carson Lucas, Reed Miller, no relation to the Millers up top, but thanks to them downstairs for all of their efforts. Thanks to Athletic Director Todd Gibson for his support of everything that we do in terms of broadcasting and so forth. And a pair of wins tonight. The men win 4-0, the women win 3-0. And you saw it right here on the Wolverine Sports Network. Thanks for watching. For all those people, this is Ryan Briggs. Have a great night. We'll talk to you next time on the home of the Wolverines.